Welcome to Rocket, and for this morning's practice, we'll actually start in child's pose. Take your knees wide, bring your big toes together, sit back, and extend your arms. Resting your forehead to the floor. Take a deep inhale. Take one more big inhale. And then close your mouth and start to breathe in and out through the nose. A slight restriction on the back of the throat. Your inhale, your exhale through the nose. And we are practicing to live more closely aligned to the person we want to be more often. Knowing that this pose is always available. Come here at any point when you lose your breath, you lose your mind. Next, inhale, rise to all fours. And as you exhale, stretch back, downward dog. Bringing a little bit of movement into the backs of the legs. Bending one knee, then the other. And then stopping any movement and begin to lift and knit the sitting bones together. Again, this is the superpower plug of a yogi, and it's only for you. We call it Mula Bandha, and it's a lock at the pelvic floor. Take your eyes forward, feet between the hands. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, stand up, reach up. Release your arms. Hands to heart center will open with the sound of Om. Take an inhale. Om. Release your arms. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold, let the neck be soft. Inhale, lengthen. Step walk, float back, elbows brush the sides, lower. Roll over the toes, buoyant in the heart. Slide back, downward dog. So again, you might paw the earth with your heels, bending your legs, maybe even lifting the legs. But definitely choosing a spot for your eyes. An imperfection on the wall, maybe between the ankles or the knees. Completing your exhale, eyes forward, top of the mat. Inhale, lengthen. Bow. Stand tall, reach high. Release your arms. Inhale, up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Step walk, pounce back, low push-up. Spinal extension, chest up. Downward dog, flip your toes, extend your legs, and land. Take your attention to the expression on your face. We want it to be resting at ease, inviting and soft. And we're always looking for a blend between two things, which is effort and sweetness. Hollow your belly, eyes forward, top of the mat. Lengthen. Bow in. Stand tall, reach up. Release your arms. Close your eyes, arms up. Exhale, fold, the eyes are closed. Inhale, lengthen. Step walk, float back, eyes closed, low push-up. Spinal extension, go by feel. Downward dog, again, go by feel. With your eyes closed, still set them behind the closed eyelids to that spot. Get curious about the space just above the belly button and draw it back. Take your chin forward, step walk, float to the top, eyes closed. Lengthen. Fold. Stand tall, reach up. Release your arms, open your eyes. Bending into the knees, arms up. Fold up and over, chest to thighs. Inhale, lengthen. Step walk, float back, fingers face forward, lower. Stretch the abdomen. Slide back. The right foot steps, the hips are low, reach up. Reach down, bum low, step back, lower. Spinal extension up. Take it back. The left foot steps, the knee lunges, arms lift. Hands plant, hips low, low push-up. Spinal extension. Downward facing dog. So the yoga practice, most of all, is about listening. Listening for our inhale, our exhale. And then off the mat, consider how often you're actually listening. So often we're preparing our response. We're concerned with being perceived as sweet or funny or smart. But here you don't need to be anything. Eyes forward, top of the mat. Lengthen. Bow, fold. Sit low, arms high. Stand tall. Bend your knees, arms up. Fold in half, chest to thighs. Lengthen. Step walk, float back, lower. Drag your pelvis to your wrists, eyes up. Strike back. The right foot steps, warrior one takes you up. Down, palms plant, back to lower. Spinal extension. Downward dog. Step your left foot forward, lift the chest away from the knee, come up. Come down, step back, lower. Urdhva Mukha, heart up. Adho Mukha, back. Option one, stay as you are. Option two, dolphin pose on the forearms. Option three, Pinchamayurasana, forearm stand. Toning the outer glutes if you're up. Where are the eyes placed? Where's the drishti? And if you're upside down, sit back, child's pose, forehead to the ground. Feel the residue, the afterglow, the karma. Inhale, all fours. Downward dog, back. Eyes forward, top of the mat. Inhale, lengthen. Bow. Sit low, arms above head, look up. Stand tall, last one, eyes closed. Sit on your throne, arms up. Fold in, fingers line the toes. Halfway lift. Step walk, float back, eyes closed, lower. Spinal extension, chin up. Downward dog. Step your right foot forward, go by feel, arms up, eyes closed. Hands plant, go by feel, step back to lower. Big up, stretch the belly. Slide back. The left foot steps, the hips are low, reach up. Hands plant, step back, lower. Spinal extension, eyes closed. Downward facing dog, eyes closed. So they say when someone has a sense that's been taken away, one of the other 5 senses becomes heightened. So if they lose their sense of sight, their sense of smell becomes more powerful. So is there more available for you when you take away the sense of sight? The eyes are closed, but the head pivots as though you're looking to the top. Step walk, float to the top. Lengthen. Bow. Sit low, Utkatasana. Open your eyes, hands to your heart. Warrior 3 on your right leg. Point the foot in the sky. Take the shoulder blades together, the palms face down. Sweetness in the face. Lift up through the kneecap, use your glutes. Sit in your throne, Utkatasana. Other side, anchor through the left leg, warrior 3. Point the foot in the sky, roll those shoulders more back. Lift the foot in the sky higher. Inhale, Utkatasana. Uttanasana, bow. Inhale, lengthen. Crow pose, tuck the knees on top of the elbows and pick your feet up. Your drishti, or gazing point, is an extra focal point. So we're pooling energy, we're storing energy in the bottom of our hearts and preparing for a beautiful explosion back. And explode back. Low push up. Ride the inhale. Ride the exhale. Step your right foot forward, warrior 1, arms up. Take your shoulders and tuck them down your back. Notice where the eyes are falling. Keep them on one spot. Before you move a muscle, put the image of warrior 2 in your mind. And then warrior 2, clean and slick. The pelvis is open, the shoulders are soft. The arch of your back foot lifted. Straighten your front leg, heel toe the back foot in, triangle, glide, hand to the shin, the ankle or the floor. Take a bound triangle, the left hand, the one in the sky, take it to the small of your back, or catch your right front thigh. Roll the top shoulder open. The eyes come down, hands down, square the hips twisted triangle, plant your left palm to your pinky toe edge, pivot and revolve yourself open. Clear the abdomen, roll the heart, and listen to the body. Listen to your breath. It requires total presence. Bring your eyes down, bring your hands down, lunge into the right knee and hop the left foot back. Take the right hand inside the edge of the right foot, left arm up. Some of you might bind here and some of you might fly, birds of paradise. So regardless of the option you choose, find steadiness. In Sanskrit, the word is stira, and it means effort, attention, alignment, organization. If you're flying, gently step down, step back. If you're all tangled up, untangle. Hands down, drop the back knee twisted side, hook your left arm over your right. Hands to prayer. Maybe they open, maybe you bind. So it is perfectly fine to leave the back knee on the earth. And if that's your option, roll the chest open. Play with your edge. The eyes come down, the hands come down, half split or full. Drop your back knee, straighten the right leg. Some of you might glide forward into full Hanuman. Some of you might be just happy with a half split. So the deep listening that I'm talking about has nothing to do with what your body has ever been through. It's total presence to what your body is saying right now. Like imagine you had no history, no memories. All of this was fresh and new. Take a lunge into the front knee, option Kundinasana to chin stand or step back. And you could just take a Kundin, thread that right arm underneath the right leg, pick it up, that might be the posture. Some of you might pop up to chin stand, float the feet back, ride your inhale, ride your exhale. Option 1, stay as you are. Option 2, child's. Option 3, handstand. So you could use your wall. You could go center of the room. Drishti, eyes completely set. An observation of the quality of your breath. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come down, sit back, take child. Rest your forehead. So imagine that we could be like that in real life. No history, no resentments, no carrying the past forward. Next, inhale all fours. Downward dog, back. Step your left foot forward, warrior 1, low hips, high heart. Drop the shoulders down the back, set the eyes. The tailbone gets heavy, the low belly is toned but soft at the same time.
warrior two in your mind's eye and then crack it open, warrior two. So paying attention for any add-on extra movements that aren't necessary. Straighten your front leg, heel toe the back foot in, Trikonasana glide. Left hand to the earth, right arm up. Take a bound triangle, either catch your right hip or thread it to catch your left hip. Feel the external spiral of your left thigh. The eyes come down, the hands come down, square your hips, twisted triangle, plant your right palm, pivot, twist, revolve your torso. Your eyes come down, your hands come down, bend into the front knee, hop the back foot back. Take your left hand inside your left foot, option to stay in extended side, option to bind, or option to fly. Stepping forward, stepping up. Again, try to make it as clean and accurate as one can. Scan your face. Mula Bandha, your pelvic floor, draw it in and up. And then super gently, if you're flying, step down, step back. Untangle the arms, drop the back knee. Reach the right arm up, hook it over, twisted side. Some of you might catch a bind. Some of you might work with your back knee on the floor. So where is your chin compared to your shoulder? And could your chin and your shoulder be pointed in the same direction? The eyes come down, the hands come down. Drop your back knee, half split or full. Slide yourself forward, get melty in the pelvis. Again, you might close your eyes. So the quality of the brain, neuroscientists have studied this, is what they call residue. Meaning I carry forward with me everything that happened when I was a kid, yesterday. So it makes it really hard to greet a moment and be spontaneous. So our yoga practice is a lot about clearing the mind. No memory, no history, no past. Take a lunge into this front knee. It's either a one-legged crow, it's a Kundinasana, or a step back. Some of you might go chin stand, or float those feet back. Ride your inhale, ride your exhale. Paw your hands to your feet. Catch your big toes in yogi grip. Inhale, lengthen, heels a bit wider, and exhale, fold. So in order for something to be fresh and new, we need something that is curious. So right now, could it be your ears? Maybe the placement of your chin? Maybe the rolling of the kneecaps, but there's gotta be something that's pretty inspiring,
that makes the pose feel unique. Inhale, lengthen. Option 1, little tiny squat at the back. Otherwise, we'll go crow, headstand, back to crow. And if you're working a lotus, do that. So I'll give you about 12 breaths to play. So if you're working your crow, you could play with that and then rest in that little squat. Some of you will lower the head, coming into teddy. Maybe you'll Baddha Konasana the legs, lift back up for flight. And wherever you are, meeting me in a little squat. Flip your toes forward, Padahastasana. Thread your hands under your feet. Inhale, lengthen. Fold forward, clear the spine, head heavy. So this is a bit wild, but you should be teetering on the edge of scaring the shit out of yourself. So tipping it forward, I don't often swear, but I needed to there. So you're taking your pelvis over top of your toes, and there would be a fallout here. You might roll. Your hands are locked under your feet. That's crazy. But all the poses should be kind of edgy. Otherwise, it's just another place that we're sleeping. Inhale, lengthen. Untangle the hands, walk it forward, downward dog. Eyes forward, top of the mat. Inhale, lengthen. Bow. Stand tall, reach high. Release your arms. Take a step out with your right foot, Prasarita, pigeon toe the feet. Catch the waist, lift the heart, bow forward. Inhale, lengthen, clear the abdomen. Exhale, crown down. So this should scare you. You've been practicing with me for quite some time, so could you ask for more? You know, and if you did ask for more, what would that look like? Nice, Lori. Inhale, lengthen. Catch your waist. Stand up for C. The arms float open. Intertwine your fingers behind your back. Bend your knees. Lift your heart. Roll the pelvis. Hands reach for the earth behind your head. And stand all the way up. Arms float open. Catch your waist for D. Lift your chin. Hands slide down the legs. Catch the big toes. Look up. And exhale, fold. Head presses firmly into the earth. Elbows high. Clear your belly. Again, how does this become curious and exciting, interesting and new? Inhale, lengthen. Release the hands to the earth for middle splits or frog pose. So for some of you, you might bend at the knee joints. Some of you might glide and slide middles. And then slowly maneuvering out of this and pivot to face the right leg
For Hanuman, one more time. Straighten the right leg, glide. So the arms could extend up. We've done this once before, and so you might automatically go to the side that you did before, like creating the exact same experience. Or you might get a little bit wild and think, maybe there's something different available. My body's warm in a different way. Yoga is the ultimate meeting of the present moment as it is. So we're going to transition into side plank, and it's really important that you know your distances. So for those of you that are quite tall, you're going to have to take a bigger step back so there's perfect alignment. Take a lunge into that front knee. Planting your left palm, you might even want to wiggle that left foot farther back. And then spin to the outer edge of the foot, Vasisthasana, side plank. So much of our yoga is about mathematic calculations of our bodies. How long are our femur bones, our arm bones? If you have really long arms, you're going to have to modify. If you have really short legs, you'll need to modify. That's what's so fun about it. Without using that right hand, step the right foot forward. Walk yourself forward, Hanuman on the left. Drop your left knee, kick your heel into the earth, and glide. Again, you might like to close the eyes. And you might have an opinion about your body, this pose. Good or bad, but you might have one. Chances are you do. But what if you allowed there to be space for miracles to happen? Remember, we're cultivating the I don't know, let's see mind, not the I know, I already know. Like Rain Man doing his perfect calculations on the whiteboard, take a lunge into the knee, do your calculations so that you can cleanly step back, anchor into that right palm, Vasisthasana, side plank. So it should be mountain pose, right? You should be just standing upright, anchoring through the feet, crown of the head, usually should lean back in most bodies. Without using your left hand, step your left foot forward, step your right foot forward. Pashasana, the knees drop forward. Hook your right elbow over your right knee. So for some of you, you might bind around one of the knee joints or both. Otherwise, it's a snuggled in twist, and the intention is definitely discomfort. So if you're like, well, the pose just doesn't feel right, it's like, well, it's not really supposed to. It's called noose pose. Untangle the shape, do it on the opposite side, snuggle in. Feel that compression. So you, again, a lot of these poses are not really super comfortable. But can you find comfort in discomfort? You still have your breath, you've got your eyes set. Untangle the shape. Inhale, lengthen, straight legs. Exhale, bow. Some of you will hang out here, otherwise, inhale, lengthen. Step walk, float back, low push-up. Drag your pelvis to your wrists. Slide back. So we're actually going to do the hand balances from third, half of them. Step walk, float to the top. Sit in your throne, Utkatasana. Hands to your heart, wrap your right shin around your left knee. Option to stay.
Option to put your hands down, hook your foot around your tricep. 3, 2, 1. Release the shape, sit in your throne. Other side, hook your shin. Send your sitting bones back, option to stay or catch the shin on the arms and fly. 3, 2, 1. Release your flight. Sit in your throne. Dive forward. Inhale, lengthen. Step walk, fly back, lower. Spinal extension, eyes up. Downward dog. So if you're working crow, practice that. We're gonna work one-legged crow. So meet me in a little squat behind your wrists. Taking your right hand, that'll be the weight-bearing point. The left hand can spin a little so the thumb points to the upper corner of the mat. Hook your right knee into your armpit, hang heavy to the right. You might cross the ankles or send that left leg up. 3, 2, 1. Release your flight. Opposite side. So again, you're going to spin the right hand out because you're almost leaning against that arm to get leverage. Hook your shin, maybe cross the ankles, maybe pick it up. 3, 2, 1. Release your flight. Feet together, lengthen, bow, lengthen. Step walk, fly back, lower. Drag your pelvis to your wrists, eyes up. Slide back. Lift your right leg up and step it around your right wrist. Take your left foot, step it forward like crow. So people, you could work crow, otherwise we're gonna go half crow, half TT Basan. Set your left leg and arm up for crow, the bum is low. Take your right elbow wide and sit back to point the right foot like TT Basan. Chin up, eyes up. 3, 2, 1. Release the feet. Take a moment in this little malasana. Other side. Take your left foot and step it in front of your left wrist. Take your right hand and right shin and set up a one-legged crow. And then sit back and lift your left leg up. 3, 2, 1. Release, feet down. Inhale, lengthen. Fold. Lengthen. Step walk, fly back, low push-up. Spinal extension, look up. Downward dog. All the way through to a seat. Crown Chasana, heron pose. Right leg tucks back. Take your pearl, your pubic bone to the ceiling. Glue your knee to your chest or catch your calf or catch your foot. Lean back and bow in. So in primary series, we find this pose very similarly with both of our feet up. You know that shape? Inhale, lengthen. Release the pose and we'll go straight into Ashtanga. Pick your right leg up. Rock your hip. So that might be as far as you want to go. You might catch your knee on your arm. You might cross your feet. Pick it up.
Look at your feet. Maybe you need to get a pedicure. 3, 2, 1. Release your bottom. You could vinyasa. You could also just take a beat. Other side. Take the left leg, tuck it back. Take your pubic bone, your pearl up. Glue your knee to your chest. Maybe catch your ankle, maybe catch your foot. Inhale, find length, release the foot, Ashtanga. Pick up your left leg, pull it forward, rock it. Some of you might catch the knee on the back of the arm, cross the ankles, pick it up, look at your toes. 3, 2, 1. Vinyasa, everybody, feet back, lower. Drag your pelvis to your wrists, eyes up, strike back. Option 1, child's pose. Option 2, dolphin. Option 3, Pincha Mayurasana, forearm stand. And so if you're getting kind of proficient at it, you might tangle your legs. You might take it into a scorpion, a split, an eagle. And come all the way down, sit back, child's. Wherever you are, there you are. So where are you? Stand up on the knees and then scooch forward to make space for hero. Move the meaty part of the calves. You might need a block under your bottom. Resting your hands on your thighs. Close your eyes. So it doesn't matter your age, your sex, your marital status, your employment status. You can continue to evolve and change and learn. And that's kind of the point of being a yogi, is to have our eyes open. You know, we don't know the ending of this epic, this tale. If you feel comfortable, you might slide back in a sleeping hero, because even heroes need to sleep. Get long through the low back. So we're preparing to move into our back bending sequence. So already there's some familiarity of the front line. So go to your toenails, hook them down into your mat. Feel that travel up to your kneecaps, up your thighs, up your belly. That's the front line, that's the back bend. And when you're ready, come all the way up. And we'll stretch back into a high plank to realign the knees. And then once the knees feel like they're in proper alignment, down dog. Lift your right leg up. Sweep it through, Ekapada Raja Kapotasan, pigeon. Option to fold, or option to arc back, a mermaid, or a king bind. Some of you will catch the ankle. Some of you will bow forward. So regardless of the shape you choose, how is this supportive of the back bends? How is this preparing you? If you're all tangled up, untangle, stretch back, down dog. Land, clear the low back. There may be some asymmetry, a craving to do the other side. And then lift the left leg up, sweep it through. Option to bow. Option to arc back and take some sort of a bind. And again, it's like, it's your practice. And you likely know what's in your best interest, and it's gonna oscillate. Some days your best interest is to take it easy. Some days it's to push. Untangle the shape. Tuck your toes, strike back, downward facing dog, long lines. Dropping down onto the knees, coming into Ustrasana, camel. You can point the toes, again, this is our front line, toenails down. Take your chest up, squeeze your scapula together, head falls. Some of you will catch your heels. Stay for the full 5 breath. 4, 3, 2, 1. Come all the way up. Sit back, child's, or go upside down, headstand. Nice, Dee. Beautiful, Julie. I could just about cry. Nice, cat. Oh. Come all the way down. Last one, nice, Shauna. Stand up on the knees, Ustrasana, Legu Vidrasana. You might even use a wall. Take the pubic bone forward, eyes up, chin up. Go back, the whole front line. So your psoas, your hip flexors, they get so bunchy, so stuck. Drop your head, 3, 2, 1. Pull yourself all the way up through neutral. Downward dog, push back. Eyes forward through to a seat and onto your back for 3 more back bends. So I mentioned this before, but our tapas, our devotion, is like enthusiasm, the power that is required to strike a match and light it. Press the elbows down, little bridge, full wheel, come all the way up. So it's enthusiasm, right? And it's kind of built over time. It's momentum. It's showing up. My God, how many mornings have you not wanted to show up, but you did anyway? That's momentum. That's tapas. Come all the way down. The next key component is that of Ishvara, which is a devotion, a devote quality, like at least you know there's something more than just you. Little bridge, full wheel, come up. So if I start to be more present, less jaded, less affected by the past, then everyone I meet is better off. So this is for the greater good of humanity, our species. And come all the way down. Last one, and this is idea of kriya, which means action, showing up, consistency, doing the poses. Come up, little bridge, full wheel, last one.
And come all the way down. Supta Baddha Konasana, butterfly, feet together. Take an inhale. One more. Feel the inner edge and the outer edge of your feet press together. You can lift your toes far and away from each other. So they would look like a bit of a flower if you took a shot head on. And then intertwine the fingers behind the head, lift and lower 20. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release the neck and shoulders, legs up, hook your thumbs under your hips, lift and lower 10. 9. So the back of the head presses into the earth. There's air between the toes. There's space between the toes. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hug your knees in toward your belly. Take the arms out wide. Let the knees fall to the left, eyes to the right. Notice the most grip in the body. So for me, I feel the grip in my right hip. For you, it might be shoulder or back or neck. And then send your exhales to the grip. Knees through center, eyes through center, let them fall. Eyes over the opposite shoulder. Again, go to the grip and loosen it. It's a conscious choice, man. Stress management, that's conscious. Bring your knees through center. Give yourself a big hug. And lie on your back for Shavasana. There would be time for a little handstand here, or set yourself up for Shavasana corpse. Take a big inhale. One more. I sometimes rip you off with Shavasanas, but I'm going to give you a full 5 minutes. So let everything fall away, and I promise I'll bring you back. It's okay if you doze off, but just let go.
From a young age, this was one of my favorite poems, and you can supplement God's name as whatever you place your faith in. Footprints in the sand. One night a man had a dream. He dreamt he was walking along the beach with his high self. Across the sky flashed scenes from his life. For each scene he noticed two sets of footprints in the sand. One belonged to him and the other to his high self, to God, to the Lord. When the last scene of his life flashed before him, he looked back at the footprints in the sand. He noticed that many times along the path of his life, there was only one set of footprints. He also noticed that it happened at the very lowest and saddest times of his life. It really bothered him, and he asked the question, high self, God, universe, you said that once I decided to follow you, you'd walk with me all the way. But I noticed that during the most troublesome times in my life, there was only one set of footprints. I don't understand when I needed you the most that you left me. To which the high self replied, my precious, precious child, I love you and I would never leave you during your trials of suffering and pain. You see only one set of footprints because it was I who carried you. Take a deep inhale. One more big inhale. Exhale, move your fingers, move your toes, stretch your arms. Tuck your knees toward your belly to roll to the right. And come to a seat. We are never alone. And again, not in a religious sense, but you're not alone. Might feel that way sometimes, but lean in. Draw your hands to your heart and close your eyes and bow your chin to seal the practice. And then lifting our eyes to each other. Namaste.